Now, I do need to make a larger cutout to fit this in. Basically another one of these Heschen. This is the HSM1PV250. So it's a 250 amp MCCB. I'll leave a link in the description. So if you want to get yourself one of those, I'm only using it as an isolator. That's why I've oversized it. So there we are. That's what you get in there. Nice little Allen wrench in there, all that good stuff. Okay, so time to cut around this hole, and I will speed it up for you. Okay, pretty rough. Let's see if we have a fit. Okay. Let's see. All right, looks like I just need to trim a little bit at the back edge here. So I'll get that done off camera and then I'll slot her in. There. So let's see if it fits. Okay. Right, good so far. Looking good. Okay. Right, that's as far as that's going to go in there for now, because it's being obstructed by one of the vertical supports here, or rather diagonal support. Okay, so what do I have here? Maybe 2 centimeters. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut into the vertical support. I will then reinforce that with some steel plate, and that'll do the job to compensate for the material that I'll be taking out of it. It's either that or leave it sticking out like that, which causes 2 problems for me. One, it's not flush with the faceplate here, and 2, it'll actually make it harder for me to connect the 50 square cable into the lug points, so that's not ideal either. I do want to get it in there further. Okay. Oh. Let's see. You will do nicely. Nice and flush. Now that that's in place and all the cutting has been done, I'm going to start back with the batteries. Okay, so I've put this little sheet up here for your benefit as well as mine. Let's get started. If we look at cell number 1 here, the negative is coming out. So this is again left to right, and in this case we're going right to left. So we still want the negative to be facing out here, and then it's going to be positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. Maybe that was too many. Anyway, scrub that. So we will start with cell number 1. And we want the negative facing out. I've already taken the first 2 cells out. Lift your knees. Okay, These are heavy guys. I didn't get these cells from Encon. They were supplied by a guy I know on the internet. You know who you are. Thanks very much. Very impressive setup you have there yourself. Also drives a Tesla. Anyway, so I would have been waiting about 2 months to get cells if these weren't made available to me. They are brand new. Just picked them up there a couple of days ago, and I'm going to be, of course, testing the voltages. So if we look at this, we actually have positive and negative marked, so that's convenient. Now I want the negative facing out, so I will put that first cell there, and if you want to have a look, there we are. That's what we're looking at. Okay, now if anybody's interested, Deli Green reached out to me, and they may be sending me some cells. They may be sending me some of their products. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know. If you have any specific questions, you can put them down in the comments, or as some of you quite regularly do, send me off an email, and I'll see if I can get back to you on that as soon as I can. If I get a lot of the same question, I'll just post up a short that'll answer your questions, and then I'll take down the short after a month. That's usually what I do. Okay, so yeah, a lot of requests on those Deli Green batteries. Let's see what happens, and let's see if they actually send me their cells and their products. Looking at you, Deli Green, balls in your court. Okay, now next cell, we want the positive facing out. Now, as you can see, I'm just pushing these in enough where they're not going to be in the way and they're not touching the wall, right? We also want these fiberglass sheets, insulators there in between each cell as well. Okay, I'm just going to stack the rest of those, and we'll move on to the top stack. The mess builds up pretty quick. Once you start emptying those boxes and trying to make space for yourself, they're all over the place. So I'll get through the bottom stack, and then I'm going to clear some of the boxes and foam into the trash, and then I'll start making the connections. So 4 cells out, 4 more to go, and then we'll take a small break from it. There we are. So we have negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. Well, it doesn't give me a lot of extra space. I just get my finger in there, that's all. But anyway, I'll work with it. Obviously I have space between the cell and the support member here, so I'll work with that. See what I mean about the mess? So I'm gonna have to clear this out, and then I'll get back to it. First 8 cells are down. Most of the boxes are thrown outside, so 6 of 8 boxes are outside. I have 4 cells just loose sitting down on some of the epoxy paper. And then I've got 2 more boxes, so the last 4 cells. So first thing I'm going to do now is get some of the buzz bars on. And we'll just follow what we have here and lay a few buzz bars on. As you can see, this is cell number 1 on the right hand side with the negative facing out, and if I follow the plan like so, I can see that this is the lower bank here. So I have the negative coming out. So actually the first connection that I make here is going to be on the second cell. So cell number 2 to cell number 3. And I'll follow it from there. Oh, just put that back there. Right. And like the rear cell here, let's go like so. There we go. The one here. So what that means is on cell number 8, and we'll verify here, cell number 8 doesn't have a solid bus bar here on the positive, same as here. So that's going to be connected, cell number 8 positive, to the negative on cell number 9, which is going to be right above it here. Right, so that's verified. And cell number 7 to 6 does have a bus bar here. So here we are, again, lower bank, 7 to 6, this orientation, and on every other bus bar, or every other cell I should say. That's the basic layout. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to verify that the voltages on all of these cells are similar before I move any further. Of course, I don't want to be having any cells connected, so I'll just do it like that. So maybe you want to check the voltages before you even dry connect these bus bars. Now, I'm not sure if you can see the voltage reading on this, but I'm not going to put any more effort into getting this close to you guys. You should see what I had to do just to get it into this position. Right, cell number 1. You're going to see some positives, some negatives. That's because I'm not going to go back and forward, but you will know what the voltage is. So this one will start with a negative, and we're getting 3.249, so we'll call it 3.25. Cell number 2, we're getting 3.25 spot on. Number 3, 3.245. Okay, so slightly lower there, but still pretty close. 3.251. 3.247. Cell number 6 now, 3.252. It's pretty reasonable. 3.251 and 3.249. That was there. 3.249. Okay, I'd say they're pretty good. One of them was slightly lower, but certainly within the range that I'm happy with. I'll continue on.